Okay, so I've gotten a couple comments from different people saying, I should have kept the Tillotson. What are you doing getting rid of the Tilly? Mikunis are junk, yada yada. So I figured I'd go over a couple reasons why I decided to do the Mikuni swap. All right, reason number one. This isn't an original Elan twin. It is, but it isn't. I don't know how well you can see there, but it says 294. So this should have had the 294 twin in it instead of the 248 that it has now. So I knew that when I bought this sled, it was kind of put together from parts and pieces. As you guys have seen, I've had to buy a lot more parts for it to turn it into what it is now. So it's not like I'm trying to do a factory original restoration on it. I tried to stick to factory on the 250 single over here, and that was sweet. Everything looks nice. But this one, I just want to have it running. So the next reason, I already rebuilt this carb. I bought this Vertex kit. I thought it was going to be pretty nice, but it kind of turned out to be not the best. It didn't have all the parts I needed. There was no one-way valve, and there was no washers or O-rings for any of the screws, even though this one only has the low speed adjustment. So it's a fixed high-speed jet, so you can't change anything on this. You can't put another screw in there. It just doesn't work like that. Also, many of you will recognize this as the original style valve. So this is the one that came out of this. I put a new one in there, and it's nice and soft and pliable, and you can see the little valves. There's not much resistance there. They kind of spring back. The new kit that I got, all the valves and everything are made from this much thicker, heavy-duty plastic. I know this isn't the right one. This matching one is actually in this carb now, but it's much, much stiffer. So these don't work really quite as well. The other Tillotsons I've done, I've either had vintage rebuild kits for them or the correct parts. But don't buy these Vertex kits, they're no good. So that gets us to our third and final reason, which is time. So I could buy another gasket kit, hopefully a better one that's more complete and has the proper parts for the Tillotson HR, but I was able to get this Mikuni swap within a matter of a couple days. Right, it's the end of January here. We're gonna have snow for another probably 2 months of good riding. But if I had to wait a month of that for a gasket kit to come in, that's a lot of time wasted, whereas I spent the same or less money doing this swap. And at the end of the day here, I still have this carb. One day I'm sure I will probably find the proper rebuild kit for it. Like, this is a pretty expensive little piece. If you were looking to find one of these to go on a 248 twin, I mean, you're gonna have to spend upwards of $200 at least, and that's if you can find one. So I'm gonna hold on to this because one day I'm sure I probably will find the kit and I'll put this carb back on that sled. But for now, I wanna get it up and running and go for a ride.